A grand engagement banquet was grandly held at a high-end law firm, gathering celebrities, industry peers, and core cooperative clients from all walks of life. Everyone came to congratulate Lin Man, the female partner of the firm, and Lu Hanju, the top gold medal lawyer, on their official engagement. The two had been in a deep romantic relationship for 8 full years, co-founding the law firm side by side, supporting each other in their careers and lives. Lu Hanju had always been calm, self-disciplined, and morally upright, with a perfect winning rate in lawsuits and no gossip in his private life. He was widely recognized as an ideal life partner in the industry, and Lin Man had long been determined to spend her whole life with him. Just as the banquet was about to end perfectly, an angry elderly man suddenly rushed to the front of the stage, questioning Lu Hanju loudly and emotionally. He accused the prestigious senior lawyer of seducing his young daughter Kai Maya, getting her pregnant out of wedlock, and cruelly abandoning her to hold a luxurious engagement with another woman, behaving immorally and shamelessly. All the guests present were in an uproar, and countless eyes instantly fell on Lin Man, who was wearing an exquisite toast dress, leaving her in an extremely awkward and embarrassing situation. Deeply trusting the 8 years of sincere affection, Lin Man firmly believed that her loyal fiancé would never do such a disgraceful thing. She held a red wine glass tightly, stepped forward steadily, and prepared to defend Lu Hanju in public, clarify the slander, stabilize the banquet situation, and safeguard the reputation of the law firm. Unexpectedly, Lu Hanju walked forward one step faster than her, with an indifferent and calm expression. He did not defend himself at all, but directly promised the angry elderly man that he would take full responsibility without hesitation if Kai Maya was indeed pregnant with his child. The moment the words fell, the red wine glass slipped from Lin Man's hand, shattered to the ground, and a chill spread all over her body, making her heart sink to the bottom. Before the crowd could recover, Lu Hanju raised his hand to signal everyone to be quiet, and coldly announced the immediate cancellation of the engagement ceremony on the spot, saying that he would hold another wedding banquet another day. After that, he ignored Lin Man's stunned and hurt expression, turned around and left the banquet scene directly with the elderly man and the weak-looking intern Kai Maya, leaving Lin Man alone to bear all the ridicule and embarrassment. Lin Man lifted her dress and blocked his way, her eyes full of disbelief, begging him to explain the reason clearly. However, Lu Hanju pushed her away ruthlessly with a cold attitude, telling her not to make a scene and embarrass everyone. Lin Man clenched her palms tightly until her nails pierced the flesh and left bloody marks. Having worked as a lawyer for many years and experienced countless disputes, she had always kept a rational and calm mind. But facing the pain of being abandoned in public at her engagement banquet, her emotions were completely out of control, filled with overwhelming grievance and anger. Her best friend and partner Zushi stopped her in time and persuaded her to calm down, reminding her that chasing after him would only make her more embarrassed and bring no benefits. Lin Man quickly regained her senses as a lawyer. She knew clearly that the banquet was hosted in the name of the law firm, with many important clients and industry leaders present. A chaotic quarrel would ruin the firm's reputation, trigger bad rumors about the lawyer's professionalism, and affect the livelihood of all colleagues. As a core partner, she had to take the overall situation into account and be responsible for all employees. Even though her heart ached sharply and she could hardly breathe, she forced back her tears, put on a decent yet ugly smile, and apologized to all the guests gracefully. She testified to Lu Hanju's simple and regular life, no messy social activities, and impeccable private life, saying that there must be hidden secrets behind the incident, and everyone should wait patiently for him to deal with it properly. Her generous and rational words won warm applause from the guests, and all negative comments faded away. After properly handling the public opinion, Sushi helped her into the private box. As soon as the door was closed, Lin Man completely broke down, tears streaming down her face, releasing all the suppressed sadness and grievance. Fortunately, relatives were arranged to attend the dinner party in the evening and did not witness the farce. Avoiding a fierce conflict between the two families and complete loss of faith. 8 years of deep affection. No one was willing to give up easily. She squatted down to comfort her steadily, emphasizing that Lu Hanju had always had a good character, would never betray her easily, and there must be hidden inside stories. Winman had always trusted Lu Hanju wholeheartedly. He was handsome, responsible, good at making money and taking care of the family, silently doing housework and taking good care of her life all year round. There had been countless active suitors around him over the years, but he had always kept his distance and been devoted to her only. The only thing that made her uneasy was that he had lost his composure in public for the first time and protected another woman without hesitation, leaving her confused and heartbroken, overwhelmed with mixed emotions. Lin Man asked she to call Lu Hanju immediately to ask for the truth. The call was connected quickly, and Lu Hanju's cold and calm voice came from the other end. Lin Man grabbed the phone, forced herself to calm down, and asked directly about Kai Maya's pregnancy. There was a brief silence on the other end of the phone, and then only a cold apology came. Lin Man's heart fell to the bottom in an instant, her keen blood surged, and she fainted on the spot. When she woke up again, she was in the hospital ward, with Shi sitting beside her anxiously. The painful scene of the engagement abandonment was vivid in her mind. She spoke hoarsely, saying that there was no need to contact Lu Hanju again. Shi hesitated for a moment, then told her a heavy news cautiously. Lin Man was pregnant, and the pregnancy was 3 months old. Lin Man stroked her abdomen gently, feeling extremely complicated. She had a narrow fallopian tube and had been trying to conceive for many years with little success. She had always looked forward to having a child with Lu Hanju, getting married smoothly, and spending a happy life together. However, the child came unexpectedly at the moment when their relationship broke down completely, which made her sigh at the cruelty of fate. Soon, Lu Hanju walked into the ward. She left tacitly to leave them alone. Lin Man leaned on the hospital bed and asked, trembling why when he had an entanglement with Kim Maya. She knew that Kim Maya was a new intern in the firm half a year ago, and she had arranged her under Lu Hanju personally. It was ridiculous that she had buried the hidden danger that ruined her own happiness with her own hands. The warm sunlight fell on Lu Hanju's hair. He lowered his head and peeled an apple for her carefully, just like he had taken good care of her in daily life for 8 years. Then he looked up and explained inferently that he had accidentally drunk too much at the dinner party last month and made an unintentional mistake, which was purely an accident. Lin Man smiled bitterly and asked aurifully whether an accidental mistake was enough to abandon her in public without any explanation, leaving her to suffer all the embarrassment gossip alone. Lu Hanju frowned and explained helplessly that dealing with the scene quickly and leaving silently was the best way to avoid the spread of negative public opinion and protect the firm's reputation. He had always believed that Lin Man was rational enough to handle the overall situation properly alone. Lin Man's heart turned completely cold in an instant. For 8 years, Lu Hanju had offended countless opponents due to his excellent professional ability, and she had always cleaned up the mess and solved all hidden dangers for him silently behind the scenes. He only cared about the overall situation but never cared about her grievances and difficulties. She asked calmly whether their 8-year relationship was completely over. She could not tolerate emotional betrayal, but she was extremely unwilling to let go of the 8 years of companionship. Lu Hanju held her hand tightly, complex emotions in his eyes, begging her for a period of time to investigate the truth. He stressed that Kai Maya insisted on giving birth to the child and forcing him to take responsibility, but he was sure that he had not really touched her, and he just lacked evidence to prove his innocence. He begged her to give him a chance to defend himself like defending a suspect in a lawsuit. The familiar tone reminded Lin Man of the scene when Lu Hanju pursued her in the university debate club. The young and energetic boy had sincerely asked her to give him a chance to pursue her. The old memories surged up, and Lin Man's eyes turned red. She was really reluctant to let go, and the words of breaking up stuck in her throat. She compromised slightly unasked if he had arranged an amniotic fluid test to verify the blood relationship. Wu Hanju shook his head regretfully, saying that the pregnancy was too early for the test, and the truth could not be confirmed for the time being. Lin Man fell silent. She knew Lu Hanju was a responsible man. If the child was really his, he would definitely take responsibility and choose the other woman. She did not want to be the abandoned one, so she chose to hide her pregnancy and proposed to calm down separately for a period of time. After being discharged from the hospital, Lin Men accidentally met Lu Hanju supporting Kin Maya Maya at the obstetrics and gynecology department. This was the warm scene she had once imagined countless times. But the protagonist was replaced by someone else. Kin Maya Maya turned pale with fright when she saw In Man and hid behind Lu Hanju timidly. Lu Hanju frowned, protected Kin Maya Maya impatiently, and told Lin Man coldly that he would ask for leave recently to deal with personal affairs and hand over all the firm's cases to her. For the sake of an uncertain child and an outsider, the dedicated Lu Hanju actually abandoned his work. Lin Man suppressed her sadness, did not entangle, and left silently. Back home, the room was empty, full of sweet memories of the 8 years they had lived together. The lilies on the table, the murals in the living room, and the slippers on the ground were all witnesses of their love. For a moment, she wanted to forgive him after all. It was just an accidental drunken mistake, and he was calculated by others. But the shadow of her childhood suddenly woke her up. Her father had also cheated on his secretary when drunk. Her mother forgave him reluctantly, but in the end, her father still continued the affair and even injured her mother in a quarrel. Desperate, her mother jumped off the balcony and committed suicide. On that day, Lin Man swore that she would never forgive any man who betrayed his feelings, no matter active or passive. Now, she faced the same choice as her mother, and she finally knew how difficult it was to leave someone she had loved for many years. After staying at home to adjust her mood for a week, Lin Man returned to the law firm to work. All colleagues tacitly did not mention the engagement farce until Kin Maya Maya deliberately came to the meeting room with coffee. She pretended to be careless and spilled hot coffee all over Lin Man's office computer, completely destroying all the court case materials that had not been backed up for 2 weeks. Lin Man was angry and asked her to clean it up quickly. Kin Maya Maya suddenly fell to the ground, covered her stomach and cried in pain, pretending to be wronged and threatened. Lu Hanju's face changed drastically. He stood up and accused Lin Man of deliberately bullying a pregnant woman in public. Before Lin Man could explain, he snatched the computer and smashed it to the ground angrily, warning her not to make things difficult for Kin Maya Maya again. This was the second time he had protected the other woman in public and humiliated her. Lin Man stared at the broken computer, and all her suppressed emotions broke out again. Her arm was scalded red by the hot coffee, and her heart was numb with pain. Soon after, Lu Hanju rushed into her office angrily, blaming her for being unreasonable and making trouble out of nothing. Looking at his cold face, Lin Man's last trace of affection completely disappeared. She recalled her mother's desperate face before her death, made up her mind completely, and took out a well-prepared breakup and equity transfer agreement, asking him to sign it. She voluntarily withdrew from the co-founded law firm, gave up all shares and property, and completely broke off all relations with him. Once they were the most admired golden partner in the industry, but now they broke up completely. Lu Hanju was shocked and asked her why she had to make such a big fuss over a small misunderstanding. Lin Man replied coldly with his original words' literal meaning. "Lawyer Lu, don't embarrass everyone." Lu Hanju was angry and helpless, signed the agreement quickly, and said she would regret it sooner or later. Lin Man put away the agreement calmly, saying she would never regret it. She felt no sadness at all, only numbness after extreme pain. She went out of the office and announced her withdrawal from the firm to all colleagues, causing an uproar. Lu Hanju suppressed everyone's comments with a cold attitude, and no one dared to speak again. The next day, the law firm was in a low atmosphere. Due to Lin Man's departure and the loss of all core case materials, All employees had to work overtime to redo the work, and complaints spread everywhere. Fu Hongju came out of the office and did not comfort everyone. Instead, he blamed everyone for not taking the initiative to protect Karin Maya Maya, which led to the current dilemma.